Hey Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic sock show on the internet. I was going to take a bit of a walk after my day at work, but the weather's closed in a bit, so bugger that. Back on the roof again. Well, you got a nice couple of videos for Nimbin. I try and get out and about, but today's not the day for it. Bit crappy out on the roads, but I'm not worried because we've got a match in a couple of days, or about a day and a half. Aston Villa. Watched Ange's press conference, thought he did really well. I really do shake my head though at the state of journalism, not just in sport but in general. You know, it's very weak, isn't it? It's very weak. And the questions Ange was asked were, whoops, he dropped the camera there, were just so dumb, some of them. A couple of the dumb ones I really like was one right near the end. Oh, so Ange, you feeling, I can't even remember what the journalist said. It was something like, oh, how you feeling about, you know, seeing Aston Villa playing Champions League football while you're not. And Ange I don't think Ange understood what he was getting at first. I don't blame him. He's like, what are you on about? What, jealous or something? Is that what you're trying to mean? He's like, no. It's where the season's ended up, wasn't it? So we're playing where we're playing and Villa's playing where they're playing. And there's a whole sort of series of probing questions about Dominic Solanke. Does he need a hug? Does he need a cuddle? Is he out of confidence and all this? And I don't think they've been watching the same player play as I have, because I think he's been playing really well. It's not a question of him looking out of confidence whenever he's got the ball, because he's holding it up when there's like three players on him. He's passing the ball well. Played well in the set piece against Manchester City. Like Ange said, Ange had a little jibe. He mentioned, set pieces. You're not talking about that anymore, are you? Journos. And these are the morons that, I don't know, some people have got a problem out there in the Spurs sphere or in the general world. And I've heard this before, that they've got a problem because Ange doesn't make eye contact. I find that so odd. So odd. And look, I ain't got qualifications in stuff like that. I've only got a mere postgrad certificate in counselling and psychotherapy, so I don't know much about body language and stuff. Well, I do know a bit actually, and everything you hear is all horseshit. Basically, if I could sum it up, because we're all individuals, aren't we? We're all different people. Some people are not, some people don't look at people in the eye because it feels weird. I mean, don't it feel weird a bit sometimes? Sometimes people are shy, or sometimes people are just being thoughtful. You know, trying to summon up their thoughts, and they just want to focus. When they're not looking at your eye, it doesn't mean they're looking at something else. They're lost in their own thoughts, trying to get their words right and communicate. So I always find it odd. I find it a very weird thing when people have problems with no eye contact, because to me it smells a little bit narcissistic. You know, well, you have to be giving me full attention. Look at me in the eye. It's just one of those things that people say, and it's an easy way of establishing control.
Look me in the eye and say that.
No, well, if I wasn't looking at you in the eye in the first place, I'm not going to do it now. Kiss my ass. So Ange gets a bit of flack for not looking at journalists in the eye and being a bit funny with them, and I think they bloody well deserve it. Why do these? I mean, some of the questions here, and some of them were said in such an oily, obsequious tone. It was kind of half ass kissing and half, aren't I the expert? These people don't deserve any respect at all. All they're trying to do is get some salacious angle on something. Now, back in 1962, Danny Blanchflower bemoaned the state of football journalism back then. He said, why would someone in Moscow be interested in what the Huddersfield goalkeeper's wife's doing? Something worse to those effects anyway. And he's like scratching his head. I can't believe it. I mean, people wouldn't be interested in that. And here we are 60 years on, and that's where we are at journalism, isn't it? It's crazy how they miss the point of the game of football a lot of the time. They don't ask these simple questions, basically. What do you think of Villa? How's the team looking? How'd you finish up after Man City? I mean, basic stuff like that. Any message for the players? How do you think you're going, Ange? But no, they all have to try and put their own little spin on it. to make it look like they know what the fuck they're talking about when they haven't even got a clue. Because Ange has to sit there time and time again and explain football. It feels like he has to explain football to them. It's like, oh, now you got Harry Kane. Looks like you're sharing the goals around. Well, yeah, because with Harry Kane's not there, is he? So I just have to scratch my head, man. So I think that is one of those things that people point the finger at Ange about just because they don't like Ange. Just because they don't like Ange. And I think it's not a bad trait for... there's a way of conducting yourself to I think, inspire the fans of the club, possibly even the players and staff. I don't think necessarily being rude is but a bit part of it, but being forthright and being straight is definitely part of it. And I don't think anyone can point a finger at Ange and say he's inconsistent. He flips one way and flips the other, because I'm telling you, he's been saying the same stuff for, well, at least 25 years that I know about. He ain't going to change now. And it's good to see that we're still going for everything. And I like what he says about the team, that it's really encouraging. You imagine being a player in that squad. Then there's your gaffer there saying, look, the players haven't reached their top yet. They've got they've got more to give. They've got more to go, more development. We're just on the start of the journey. And, you're in a team that's knocking out a performance like that, a razzle-dazzle performance like we did against Manchester City, where, I looked at the highlights again. We outplayed them, man. We played exciting football. It was better football, and we were deserved winners. So you're doing that, and you're not even at your peak yet. It's very encouraging for, I think the word is empowering, one of those crap corporate words, empowering the players. And it seems to be that whatever they try and do, if it's with the right intention, Ange really has got their back, knowing full well that to, stretch your ability, you need that scaffolding that stretches you, but not past your point of competency, but just makes you better and better and better. Knowing that if you want to try something fancy on the pitch during a game, because that's the best place to try it, and it's something extraordinary, well, there's only a few different outcomes, isn't there? One is, you'll be so far off the mark when you do it, you'll think, what the bloody hell was I thinking? All right, I've learned something. Or you might bugger it up, but think, I was close on that one, I'll try it again sometime. And I think that's fair enough, because the better you get at the hard stuff, the better you're going to be. And then the third option is you succeed in what you're doing. And we have some of the performances we've been having this season. So I think Ange is just handling the journos right, it's putting them in their place with a bit of a wink and a smile. And he's sticking up for our players, and I think he's right. I think there's a lot more to come out of this side, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. Future starts Monday morning, 1 a.m. I'll be doing a watch along. I hope so. We'll see how we go. I haven't been doing them recently for one reason or another, but I like to do them because they're fun. So if that's the case, I think I'll be starting the watch along 12:30 a.m. Monday morning, and it's an important game. We win this one. It's a fixture we lost last year, even though we thrashed Villa at home. I'm expecting similar tricks from Aston Villa. Very physical side, over the line physicality. Matt Cash, remember him? It's over the line physicality. It's not just robust. I think Crystal Palace were quite robust. I don't think they're necessarily really dirty with us. And I think on occasion we have been very physically strong as well. Aston Villa are a bit dirty. I think they're going to probably park the bus, part of Unai Emery's adaptation plan, that he just bottles it whenever he plays a team like Tottenham Hotspur. That's what happened when we last played them. He changed his formula, and we kicked their arse. So do the same again, Unai Emery. I advise you to do the same, because it's going to be harder this time, because you're playing at our ground. I know you won that last year, but it don't count for shit, because we are Tottenham Hotspur by far the greatest team the Galaxy's ever seen. And I'm going for a big win tomorrow morning, or whenever it is. I don't know. Time is a funny old thing, man-made construct. But it's exciting. I'm excited about what I'm seeing at the moment. I'm excited about our performances. And I think we'll beat yet another top 10 team come Monday morning. Until next time, folks, before I get too wet, peace and love, peace and love. Come on, you Spurs.